In the world of photography, pricing can be absolutely bewildering and frustrating. Take, for instance, this old headline story of a simple potato image that sold for a staggering €1 million. This piece by photographer Kevin Abosch, I think that's how you pronounce his name, sorry if I'm wrong, has become a hallmark example in discussions about the value of photography in the art world. But it's not only the world of fine art that has this sort of spectrum. You can find examples in portrait work, wedding work, commercial photography, and even street photography, and just about every single genre. But let's focus on this photographer because he has some extreme examples, not just in the potato shot, but also in his commercial photography portrait work. He does a lot of work for Silicon Valley executives, CEOs, and celebrities. And an article about him in the Business Insider says he can command anywhere from $150,000 to $500,000 for his celebrity portraits. That is just insane. And I've experienced firsthand the vast disparities in photography pricing throughout my entire career. I've undertaken rigorous assignments for publications like the New York Times, often under hazardous conditions, for around like $350 a day. And I've also earned over $10,000 for one day for similar projects, albeit commercial projects, but shot in the same editorial style. And yes, usage was a lot different, and that plays a gigantic role in pricing. But I just mean my overall creative energy, the pressure, and even the final product was pretty similar. And $350 and $10,000 or $20,000 is a huge difference. So I understand why new photographers or even people outside of the photography world, how this can be really confusing for them. It's confusing for us. So today I want to explore these pricing anomalies and what they could mean for your own journey in photography. Today's episode is not about pointing fingers or harboring envy. It's about understanding how some photographers have brilliantly, yeah, I said that, brilliantly leveraged their branding to transcend the typical market rates for photographic work and even for their skill level. That sounds harsh, but I believe it to be true. Okay, back to this Kevin Abosch photographer who's commanding huge rates for not just his potato, for his commercial portraits as well. Despite the high profile clientele and the ridiculous prices he charges those clients for his portrait shoots, the technical aspects of the portraits, like as the Business Insider mentions, his iconic black backdrop, which is a bit ridiculous. Nothing iconic about his black backdrop. I mean, seriously, that's a bit ridiculous of the writers to say that. Anyway, the portraits overall use a simple lighting technique. Overall, the lighting techniques in general are on par with any second year photography student. They're on par with what I could probably get if I went to a studio here in Hanoi with a little bit of direction for a few $100, if not less. I'm not saying that's right, I'm not saying that's what they should charge, but I'm just doing a comparison because I know a lot of you guys out there, you look and compare, and that could be very misleading. And you could make the case that okay, maybe it's his professionalism or his marketing, that he's fast in his approach and he can do these shoots very efficiently and you can trust him because he's photographed other celebrities and other high-powered CEOs, and that's why people are willing to pay more. And sure, but is it really going to be that much of a better experience or even a faster experience as a photographer that charges, let's say, $5,000 instead of $500,000? I honestly doubt it. Yet, power to him. There's no denying the photographer's originality in his marketing and his client engagement. His ability to network with celebrities and tech moguls combined with his strategic marketing approach, where he does emphasize that he can do this really fast. And that is appealing to business executives and celebrities. And that's what set him apart. And you might throw back in my face at legends like Richard Avedon and Irving Penn, who also charge premium rates for their minimalistic setups. Isn't he just like them? Isn't he doing what they're doing? Yeah, no, they are actually legends. They brought something creatively unique to the table. Yes, they used a minimalistic approach, but their ability to capture the essence of a famous person's or any of their subjects' personality go beyond mere technical skills. I just don't see that here. So in essence, what I'm saying is the high prices in photography often reflect not just the quality of the work, sometimes not the quality of work at all, but rather the branding and the networking ability of the photographer. And this realization that I'm having, or this episode that I'm doing, isn't about diminishing the value of these celebrity photographers or photographers that are just good at marketing themselves and their work. It's about understanding the dynamics that fuel the pricing in creative industries as a whole. As photographers or photography enthusiasts looking to enter this field, recognizing the importance of branding alongside your technical skills can be crucial. It's about finding your niche, understanding your target audience, and perhaps most importantly, determining how to best present your unique value to them. You can find examples of this in street photographers, YouTube photographers, documentary work. Just, you see it everywhere. Normal quality, abnormal pricing. It's important to understand that while these stories often are the loudest, they make the headlines, they are outliers, just food for thought. This isn't an attack on anyone, nor is it saying you shouldn't strive for the most possible income for your work and your time and your creativity. Please do so. And my advice isn't to say, like, don't become a better photographer and just focus on your marketing. My advice is to understand both and to push the boundaries for both your marketing and your style in photography and get a couple shots of celebrities. Kidding, but kind of not kidding. Today's just food for thought. Something to think about, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to check out my online store where I've got my mentorship program, I've got my online classes, I've got presets that will not make you a better photographer, but they will add some popular images. And I've got my December 2024 Northern Vietnam Photography Workshop, which is absolutely more expensive than my competition, but I feel it's not like a black backdrop photography workshop. It's different. It's better. I have something unique to bring to the table. I've lived here for 20 years. I've shot for some of the biggest media publications in the world, and I'm different, and my workshops are different, and that's why I ask for more money for them. That's it. You can decide whether it's worth it for you or not, just like these people decide whether it's worth it to pay this person $500,000. My workshops aren't $500,000. Thank you guys for tuning in. I just love to hear what you guys have to say. It's a fascinating topic for me to talk about. It's a fascinating topic for me to hear from you guys about. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And guys, don't forget to have a wonderful day.